In this lesson, we're going to add in some road lines. First of all, going into our CSS, let's create that line. We're going to position the line absolute, just as we did with the car, because it's going to sit on top of the road. And background color of the line is going to be white. So now we need to add the lines into our page and move them along as the road is moving along. So we've got our car. I'm going to get rid of these console messages. So now we can focus and track on the lines themselves. And I want to have the lines moving down the center of the page. So as we start the game, this is where we can generate the lines and then add them dynamically onto the page. So just before we build out the car, so the car can go on top of the lines, we're going to build out the different lines on the page. So creating a loop, setting x to 0, looping while x is less than 5. How about we create 5 lines so we can break out of our loop? And then here is where we're going to create those divs using what we did before with document, create element. And the element that we're creating is a div. We're going to add a class to the div. So using that div object, we can this time, we can do class list to have something different. Class list add, and we're adding the value of line. And then we need to set a position of it. So this is the default position of where we're positioning the line. So setting that up to be, and just as we added in positions here for style top position, we can do the same thing for the line. So style top. So let's set the top position to x times, so we're generating out all of the different lines there and then setting them as pixels. And then lastly, we need to append them to our game area. So just as we did with the car, we're going to append the line to those. So try that out. So welcome message, and we get a bunch of lines there. So they're not exactly being positioned center. So we need to make sure that they are being positioned center. So going back to where we set the positioning, so instead of margin auto, we'll do margin left. And we know the road width is 200 pixels. Our width is 10 pixels. So we're going to divide that in half. So that's going to give us a left margin of 95 pixels. So now we've got our lines for the road. Got 5 of them there. If you need to create more, you can create more as well. And we need to get them moving. So in the next lesson, we're going to continue to build out the lines, and we're going to have them moving as the game is looping. And as you guessed it, we're going to place it within the animation frame where we've got the play game. And this way we can select all of those elements with the class of line and update their positions. So that's still to come in the next lesson. So go ahead and update, add in the CSS for the line, generate them once we hit the start button, and I'll show you how to get them moving in the next lesson.